Hmm. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How you guys doing today? Oof. Another morning. It's getting cold. Getting cold. All right, we're gonna get into this. Proverbs 22 or Proverbs 8:22 to 31 in the ESV. Hope everybody's doing okay today. We're just grinding away, living this life, doing what we're doing. And here we are reading the Bible this morning. It's amazing that we have this opportunity to do this. Well, other countries, you might get persecuted for doing this, but in the secret of this space, you could go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get on with the reading. The Lord possessed me at the beginning of his work, the first of his acts of old. Ages ago, I was set up at the first before the beginning of the earth. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no springs abounding with water. Before the mountains had been shaped, before the hills, I was brought forth. Before he had made the earth with its fields, or the first of the dust of the world. When he established the heavens, I was there. When he drew a circle on the face of the deep, when he made firm the skies above, when he established the fountains of the deep, when he assigned to the sea its limit, so that the waters might not transgress his command. When he marked out the foundations of the earth, then I was beside him like a master workman, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing before him always, rejoicing in his inhabited world, and delighting in the children of man. This is this is pretty ridiculous how wisdom is personified here. Again, this is a personification of wisdom. It's wisdom that is here. Last time we um when wisdom was personified as a person, this person, she was on the street corners kind of yelling out, and she has the counsel, the sound wisdom on the inside. um those who love me like riches and honor. Like if you are following wisdom, you are in the right place, you are doing good, you are um like in good company is what I want to say. And so Solomon wanted to make sure that you knew that. And so here we go further in how important wisdom is by showing where wisdom was at the beginning of the world. Look at that. The Lord possessed me. Why do I want to make this green? The Lord, make this yellow, I guess. The Lord possessed me at the beginning of his work, the first of his acts of old. This guy, he's not a guy, this girl. She's always been considered a woman. In Proverbs, it's she. She um contrasting with the forbidden woman. There is wisdom. Okay. At the beginning of his work, the first of his acts of old. What were God's acts of old? The creation of the world. Okay. Again, this is highlighting ages ago I was set up first. These are all descriptors. First and beginning of the earth. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there was no springs abounding with water. Before, look at this, beginning, before any of this, before the hills, before the mountains, before he made the fields. Let's do that. That's like too dark. Do that. So it's again, he wants to highlight how important it is and what position wisdom has in God. He was he created wisdom, and wisdom was right there. The first, all these things first, when he established, when he drew a circle, when he made firm the skies above, when he established the fountains of the deep, when he assigned the sea its limits, so that the waters might be not transgress his command, when he marked out the foundations of the earth, then I was beside him. I was beside him. I was there. See, this is actually beautiful. When he drew a circle in the face of the deep. When he made firm skies above. Look at this whole beautiful little imagery here of the creation of the world, right? Of when God created everything. When God created everything, wisdom was there right beside him. When wisdom was right there, right beside him. Right beside him, rejoicing before him daily. Like a master workman, I was daily his delight. I was beside him. I was there. I was daily his delight, rejoicing before him, always rejoicing in his inhabited world and delighting in the children of man. It basically is trying to tell you the importance of wisdom. She was there from the beginning. God was there delighting, and she was there rejoicing before him, rejoicing in the habit. Like, when I think of rejoicing before him, I see this. I just kind of highlight this thing right there. When I think of rejoicing before him, I'm thinking of him walking, and right in front of him is wisdom, kind of dancing and singing his praise, and kind of like an angel. When Isaiah was in the courts of God before him, the seraphim were there with their wings, crying out, "Holy, holy, holy, holy." Oh, that's kind of the image I sort of have. Like, the Lord of the world, of the universe, who created everything on this earth. Um, and as he stands there looking at his creation, we have wisdom in front of him, rejoicing in the Lord in everything. And because wisdom was there at the very beginning, and wisdom persists throughout time, just like the Lord. And it is a good thing to follow wisdom, because wisdom understands the purpose of why we are here. And with the knowledge that wisdom has, helping us to be prudent, helping us to live right, helping us to do the things that we need to do in this world, it just makes sense that we just follow wisdom. Not worshiping wisdom. Well, I don't know. Worshiping God, we're following God, and a part of that is seeking out wisdom as the umbrella under that. The God umbrella, and under that is wisdom. It was a part of how we are to live our lives. is through wisdom in everything we do. That's my big takeaway from this one. And we also should be rejoicing in him always, rejoicing in the world that he created, delighting in the people around us that he has allowed us to be in his presence. No, it'd be us being in their presence. We should delight in the people around us and everything. Yeah, good reminder of who is the creator of the world and the position that wisdom has. And since wisdom is so close and has been there from the beginning, we also should kind of listen to what wisdom has to say. The way it is an amazing personification of a thing that we need to be doing. Be seeking after wisdom. All right. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Hope you learned something. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I'll see you guys next time.